I've walked around to my local park. There's plenty of subjects here, so let's go set up and do some sketching. Okay, so I'm sat down opposite what is the scene I've chosen to draw, a couple of houses and some trees around the edge of the park. I'm going to start off by using my brush pen and just lay down a few marks first of all. I'm going to start with the chimney on the left hand side of the picture there, and then we're going to bring the rooftop across. I'm just lightly sketching this in. I don't want it to come all the way across the picture. Making a few more chimneys in there, and there's another one there, and a final one on the end here. So let's put that in, and I'm just going to bring that down to the picture. There's a couple of trees in the way there, so let's leave some space for them. And that's interesting. What I thought was one house is actually two, so let's put that in, let's correct that, and then put that house in. There we go, like that, and give that a bit more of a roof in there. Come into that bit, so you can see some of that bit of the building, see a bit of that building, and then some wonderful windows there you can see. Just put them in quick. One on the end and one there. There we go. And I can see another one just in here. And then I think that's all we can see of that. So let's put a little bit of a corner of the house in there. We've got a tree. One of the things I love about this scene is the trees. Never used to like drawing trees, but you have to get used to drawing trees, unfortunately, especially if you like landscapes. I'll bring that down a bit more. There's another tree. We're going to move a tree, I think. And put that tree in there, just to fill that gap. And then finally I'm going to put another one in there like that. There we go. Now that lets me see the bottom of the hedge row. Let's keep coming across there. And then we get that into there like that. And then bring that across into there. Now there is a bin here. I don't know if I'm going to put that in, but there's a nice little tree that will finish the edge of that picture off there. So let's put that in there. Just little marks really at the minute. So that's the basic shapes of what I want now. Put a bit more detail into that window there. There's another window there, we assume. We put that in. It's quite a grey day today. Not many shadows. We've got most of the detail in there now. So now I'm going to switch to my grey pens. I'll start with my lightest colour. And I'm going to put in some of this tree in this bottom left hand corner. I'm just gently stroking it in really, just putting the pen down into the shape of that tree, which I can see over there. And I'm going to put the tops of this tree in. Oh, the sun's coming out, it's nice. Thinking about the shapes of this tree at the minute. Just going to take it above that roof line. Does seem to do that. Again, the next tree along. I'm putting these in light because I want to go through these quite forward of the bushes beneath, so I'm going to push them in. squinting my eyes, if you're wondering what I'm looking at. Just squinting my eyes to find the detail and the big shapes. Squinting my eyes allows me to see more tone in the image. It's a bit like looking at a black and white photo. I can start to see 3 levels of tone: a light grey, a mid grey and a dark grey. And in this final image you can see what I'm trying to create with my grey brush pens. There we go. And I think I'm going to put just some marks in there just to indicate some of these sort of more distantly trees in there, I think. There we go, just down our edge there. There's some light coloured hedge that I can see just that comes along before the grass, and I'm stroking these in the direction that things are growing. It's quite important. So there we go, I think got some nice light tones in there. And then the grass sort of grows, so I'm just using the pen on its side now just to make some marks, kind of a arrow shape leading into the picture a bit. There we go. And these lines are going in a different direction to the hedgerow. So now I'm going to put up another mid-tone pen now, and I'm going to start putting in some of these hedges behind this light tree. Oh, that's lovely. And we start to see some of these shapes evolving now. These people are wandering around, probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. That's kind of the joy, I think, of sketching in the urban city. So I'm just putting in this hedgerow. Ooh, I really forgot about that window. That was on view there, so let's do that. And then there's quite a dark shape in there, so I'm going to put that in. And again, we've got these trees in there. Lovely. Now, I'm going to put the chimneys in this same tone of grey, just so that we can see them. And there would be some shadow under those eaves, so let's put some of that in. Let's see that, there we go. And make some of those windows a little bit darker, not all of them, just some of them. Indication of the window on the edge there. Now finally, I screw my eyes up really tight. That roof is really dark, so I'm going to switch to the darkest tone I have. And I'm just going to put these roofs in really dark. There we go. That's done quite a nice job there. Now, if I look back, I can see that at the bottom of these hedges they're so much darker. So I'm just going to go under the bottom of some of these, just to indicate that grass. That definitely needs some darkening there. Put that dark against that building just to bring the edge of that building out, I think. There we go. Some of this is about nature, some of this is about just finding your way through the picture, really. There's some dark along the bottom of here as well, so let's put that in. There we go. Now it's quite an overcast day today, so I'm going to stick with a light coloured pen and just put some sky in here, if I can see it. So there's kind of some cloud shapes here, so I'm just going to very gently indicate some sky. It's almost blue over there. Just do that there, and there's a wonderful sort of cloudscape there. So kind of designing the sky a little bit just to bring your eye down into this part of the picture and make that dark at the top. Just, if I can see it, there we go. It's very light here, and there's a very dark, sort of very light, nice sort of cloud shape there. That's just sort of leading you through this picture, and I'm just going to put a nice sort of cloud shape in there, just to let's take that through there like that, up to the edge of the paper. Where that hair came from on the picture, but there you go. There we go. I think that's sort of bring that cloud down just a little bit more there. There we go. I think that's pretty much our scene. I'll just put a few more indications in the grass there. Side of the house back there, because it would be in shadow. The only thing I might do now is just with a darker pen, I'm just going to go around the tops of the trees. I'm just going to use my black pen for this, just to get the edge of the tree shape just in there a little bit nicer. So let's put these tree shapes in again, just so that we can see them. And I'm going to put the start of this big tree here, just because I like the shape of it. It's not kind of in the picture yet, but it just kind of finishes off this painting a bit. Puts a bit of balance in there. It's quite an old tree, quite thick at the bottom. There we go. That's, I think that's helped. I'll put a bit more of a trunk on that one. There we go, I think I'm happy with that. Can't see anything else I want to do, so there we go. A black and white urban sketch. Right, so we're back from our sketching expedition to the park. I've got my picture in front of me, and I'm just looking now, is there any areas on here that I could improve? But I think I'm really happy with this one. I've managed to bring back a bit of wildlife, so they'd fly on the picture. Must have been trapped in between the bits of card when I brought it home. I think if I was doing this, I can see the blue sky here is pointing down, bringing your eye into what I was hoping would be the centre of interest here. The only thing perhaps that might improve this image is perhaps a few figures in there, but I would look to do that when I was doing the painting. I could perhaps put a few birds dotted down, just again to bring your eye into this area of the picture, and maybe sort of darken in there. But I think actually as a whole, I'm really happy with this image. and I don't think I'd change much. I wouldn't change much. I really enjoyed today. Hope you did too, and I hope you've learned something.